this is the best sounding car I've ever been in.
Really?
100%, yeah.
Quote that one.
My turn?
Yeah.
This is the most powerful car I have ever driven. So Thad, you are one of the guys who built this car, so tell these guys quickly the company and what you do.
We're a hypercar development. We specialize in McLarens. This is a 1200 horsepower tri-boost 12C formerly with an LT conversion, aerodynamically functional P1 hood, 8-point roll cage, active GTR wing, and a lot more.
The list goes on and on and on, right?
Yes.
So we're talking 1200 horsepower, over 800 pound-foot of torque, 0 to 60, 2.4, 0 to 100, 3.5, quarter mile in
8 and change, 8.3.
8 point something, very low, and it's currently limited, and I had to check with Thad about 5 times, to 270 miles an hour. That's not kilometers an hour, 270 miles an hour. And your goal is to soon have a 1500 horsepower package, and you're going to be aiming for
300.
300.
That's the boost limiter.
That is the boost limiter. God, it sounds good though, right? So we've got 3 turbos here. The third turbo kicks in at 3 PSI or thereabouts. And the thing I love about these McLarens is that, I mean, it rides like butter. This is a super hypercar, and it is genuinely something you could daily. One thing I will say about this is, I mean, this is arguably one of the world's fastest cars, but I'm doing 42 miles an hour, and it rides like, I mean, it rides like a 5 Series, so it's beautiful. It feels really nice. When you've got the window up, you don't really hear the engine. When you put that rear window down and you want to unleash, and yeah, you're smiling. And the great thing about these McLarens in general is that their suspension is hydraulic.
It's pressurized, so we're actually running normal, so you actually have it on the softest setting. Right,
we've got a bit of a straight here. I just love that spool. Standard brakes, standard steel brakes.
Upgraded pads.
Upgraded pads, but they do the job quite nicely. You've got your own wheels, right?
Right.
And yeah, sure, it goes super fast in a straight line, but with this suspension, you can really make the most of these canyons. You can carve up these canyon roads. So how long does something like this take for you guys to put together?
It does take 3 to 4 months, depending upon what all options the customer is going with, but we're looking to expedite that to as quick as 2 months.
And tell me, what's it like putting a third turbo in an engine bay like that?
It's tight.
Yeah.
The plumbing, it took several revisions to fit all in, get it right. You know, there's a lot of bends, and you know, there's not a lot of room for a lot of bite on the couplers in between the different bends.
So how much does something like this cost?
The 1200 is a $130,000 package.
So someone comes up to you, says, I have a 12C, I want to make it faster than anything else. They give you upwards of 140 grand, and then they've got one of the world's quickest cars for not very much money.
Right.
I mean, this will embarrass everything. It's just the noise for me that's just the best thing about it. Something as powerful as this, you can't really take much advantage of unless you've got your own runway. But if you want to have a car that sounds epic no matter how fast you're driving, this is something that you need to look into. And for the price, there is nothing that comes close to this. Really isn't. And when there's going to be a 1500 horsepower version of this, please call me up.
Do a proper track session.
Proper track session.
If you have a snow foam, it's better to snow foam it first. So here we're using a blanket foam from Absolute Vaulting. And if you have a snow lance, fill it up to about here. It's like 100 to 200 mil depending on the specification. And then attach this to your pressure washer and then just rinse the car.
So this is the first time that Trevor's actually been cleaned in my ownership, which is about 2 months.